मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. Sai Ram to all the Sai devotees who are about to enjoy the global Akhanda Bhajan all over the world. It is such an auspicious occasion to do our Sai Namasmarana, the repetition of his name with love and devotion. Sai Ram to all of you.
Throughout Swami's mission, he has initiated many projects, but the global Akhanda Bhajan stands apart. It is truly a gift from Swami to all of us. Swami has often emphasized the significance of chanting the Lord's name and to sing it continuously for 24 hours is itself a profound blessing. Auntie Geetha, your family has played a key pivotal role in the inception of Akhanda Bhajans. Can you take us through this journey, share some miracles, and bring us back to the very first Akhanda Bhajans?
I am really blessed to be born into a family that recognized Swami in 1943, in the late months of 1943, somewhere November, December of 1943, and became regular pilgrims to Prashanti. At that time there was no Prashanti Nilayam, but regular pilgrims to Puttaparthi to see Swami, who was a young boy of 17 or so. And my aunt and my granduncle, Sri Sheshagiri Rao, and his family, mainly his daughter Sundaramma and her family, started to go to Puttaparthi. They heard about Swami in 1944 when my cousin Sucharita went to visit her grandparents in Anantapur. So they were told that there is a young boy in Puttaparthi and he is a divine avatar. He seems to know everything about everybody, seems to cure people. So they came to hear about it. So they decided to go and visit Puttaparthi. Of course, Puttaparthi in those days was a very tiny village in the hamlet over there. And they all wondered how to go there. But Karnam Subbamma, whom we have all read about in Satyam Shivam Sundaram, she was related to these people. You can imagine there are no hotels and there is no place to stay unless you know someone in whose home you could stay. You could not really go in those days. So they all went. My cousin Sucharita, who was a young girl of 5 or 6 years, along with her paternal grandparents, went to Puttaparthi. And that was the start where Swami talked to her, told her, bring your mother Sundaramma, who is expecting a baby. You bring her to me when you go back. And this girl was still a young child who didn't know anything much about her mother expecting a baby and all that. But sure enough, as Swami had said, the mother had a baby boy. And Swami had said, you bring, I will give the name to that baby boy. So that is how their journey, first they heard about Swami in 1944. And they used to go after that quite often to Puttaparthi whenever they could, for Navaratri, for Dasara festival or whatever the festivals. And at that time, this Sucharita's grandfather, Sri Sheshagiri Rao, who later became the first priest of the Prashanti Nilayam when Swami built it in 1950. His whole family, his daughter's family, and his brother, his younger brother was my own grandfather. They all started to go to Swami. And so in 1945, they would make journeys. And when they went there, Swami himself used to sing bhajans. These people were all very good singers. So they would participate in bhajans there. In those days, it was not the 4-line and 6-line bhajans that we sing now. They used to sing songs. They used to sing kritis of Sri Tyagaraja, the great saint of South India. They used to think they were all good musicians. So it started like that. Swami himself would sing with them many times. And Sundaramma and her family, who were all excellent singers, her children, they started to go. And when they came back to Bangalore, they're all from Bangalore. My family is from Bangalore. they would all feel very bad. We had such a nice time singing for Swami there in Puttaparthi. So one of the aunts, her name is Jayadevi. She was actually my father's first cousin. And she said, why don't we all start doing bhajans at home? You know, we can all meet in each home. There were about 6 families who had started to go. So she said, let us do a bhajan by rotation. Every Thursday, let us decide in the evening, 7 p.m. or something. Remember, in 1945, India was still under British rule. India was not yet independent. So they had a lot of issues traveling in the evenings because it was also the time of the World War. So India sometimes would have, in Bangalore, they would have curfew. But given all those difficult circumstances, they decided by rotation to start doing the bhajans. Every Thursday evening, they would get together in one of the 6 families who started. They started to do the bhajan. At that time, my parents were just married in 1945. So they were still a young married couple. So my own family of my father was not yet so involved. They would attend the bhajans when they could. So they did a rotation of bhajans for a whole year. And what happened was, after 1 year was over, this lady Jayadevi, who was my father's first cousin, who was actually Sheshagiri Rao's sister's daughter, she was also a good singer. She said, we are finishing almost 1 year. Every Thursday we have done bhajan. In these circumstances of curfew, no lights, no public transportation in India in those days. They used to walk several kilometers or miles to go to the next person's bhajan, whosever bhajan it was. We have completed somehow with Swami's grace 1 year. Let us have a 24-hour bhajan as a celebration and call it Akhanda Bhajan, continuous bhajan. Let us do that. So they all loved the idea. Oh, how nice it will be. Let us do it together. So in 1945, they started to do the rotational bhajans. And in 1946, they said 1 year is all, it was about to complete, let us do. So what happened was, all these family members told Sundarama auntie, who was my aunt, my father's first cousin, and her father, Sri Sheshagiri Rao, why don't you all go and take Swami's blessings in Puttaparthi? And once he gives us some blessing and prasadam, like Vibhuti, we can do the Akanda Bhajan 24 hours. So this father and daughter duo, they both went to take Swami's blessings. And Swami, of course, in those days, very, very few devotees were there. Swami called them together, a few people, and started to talk. And he said, why have you come? And they said, Swami, as you know very well, we have been doing bhajans now for the past 1 year almost in each person's home. We would like to culminate it with a 24-hour bhajan. If you give us prasadam and your ashirvadam, blessings and prasadam, we will go and do 24 hours. So Swami was very happy at the idea. What a good idea. Whose idea was it? This is a wonderful idea. You people have been doing so well. Certainly, you should do the bhajans. Wonderful idea. And but he said that this is very, very strange. Why are you just asking me to come to give you blessings instead of this thing, asking me also to come along with you, and spend the entire bhajan time with you. So they said, they were all very middle class families, So they said, Swami, we are all in small homes. How can we host, the Lord of the universe in a small home like ours? And also, we don't have the capacity to take a big hall, community hall, and conduct a big bhajan at a grand scale. We don't have the capacity to do that, Swami. Just your blessings is more than enough. If you just bless us, that is enough for us. Then Swami said, in Telugu, apparently I wrote this down, which my aunt, who is still here, she is 86, she was one of the 5-year-old child at that time. He said, నేను వస్తాను అని అంటే భక్తి భజనలకు నన్ని వద్దు అంటారే, ఇదేమి విచిత్రం. వెన్ ఐ సే దట్ ఐ విల్ కమ్ బికాస్ ఐ మూవ్డ్ బై యువర్ డివోషన్ and your bhajans, when I am saying I will come, what is this strangeness that you people are telling me not to come? Swami asked like this. So they said, no. My aunt Sundarama said, Swami, we don't have it. See, they were very, very humble people with lot of love, and they had recognized Swami's divinity. He was the Lord. How can we keep him in our small homes? We cannot give him the kind of respect and look after him like the Lord. But you see Swami's love. He said, I am moved by your bhajan and your bhakti. I am not interested in your house and the size of your house and all that. Why are you telling me not to come? Now, in this room, there were 3-4 other people. When Swami was talking, there were 3-4. One of the persons in that room, while this conversation was happening, was the Inspector General of Police of Mysore State. You know, at that time, it was not called Karnataka State. It was Mysore State under the old regime. His name was Ranjot Singh. And Mr. Ranjot Singh was there in that interview room. Then there was another gentleman called Venkatappa. He used to do all the decorations in Puttaparthi for Navaratri, Dasara and Swami's birthday, like those kind of festivals. He was present, Mr. Ranjot Singh, Mr. Venkatappa, and then there was another lady called Ankamma. She was there. So all these people were there in the room, and they said that, what is this, Sundaramma? When Swami is saying that he will come, why are you people saying don't come? Why are you people saying don't come? When Swami himself is saying that he will come, why are you people saying don't come? So she said, look, you people don't understand my plight. We don't have the capacity to look after Swami. If Swami comes, many people will come. So many people will come. We don't have the capacity. We don't have the hall. How should we do? So you look at Swami's Leela. That Inspector General of Police, Mr. Ranjot Singh, said, because they said we don't have even a vehicle to take Swami back and forth to wherever. How can we entertain Swami and look after him? So Mr. Ranjot Singh said, don't worry. I have my police car, my police jeep. I will take Swami in my car. I will bring him and take him back. Then this lady called Ankamma, she said, don't worry about the community hall. Near Magadi Road in Bangalore, for those people who are familiar with Bangalore, near Magadi Road, I have a community hall, a choultry they call it, you know, in India, where marriages are performed. I have a community hall. Our family hall is there. I will give you the hall. You can use that hall. And this Venkatappa said, I will decorate the whole place for you people. You don't worry. I will take care of the decorations. So my grand uncle Sri Sheshagiri Rao and Sundarama auntie, my aunt, they started to see each other's face, and Swami said, why are you people worried? I want to come. I am moved by your bhakti. I am moved by your beautiful songs. I want to come. So they said, all right, Swami, please come. We will try to look after to the best of our ability. So Swami gave them some prasadam, promising them that he would be there for the first Akhanda Bhajan. And he arrived in Bangalore. In those days, a couple of times my aunt was telling me that he used to come by bullock cart and then take the train. First time he came to Bangalore, he came by train to Bangalore. Then, of course, other great devotees, you know, Tirumalachar and others, they used to bring him in their car. And then, of course, Nagmanamma Purnaya, she was the wife of the Diwan of the Mysore state. They used to bring him. But for the first Akhanda Bhajan, Swami arrived, stayed in Sri Tirumal Rao's house, and attended the Akhanda Bhajan continuously with these people. And also, the point to make here was, since they were doing Thursday bhajans, They started on Thursday morning and ended the Akhanda Bhajan on Friday morning. As long as it was a part of our family Akhanda Bhajans for 25 years, that time we used to do from Thursday to Friday. After 25 years of doing the Akhanda Bhajan, in 1974, Swami said, announced in our Akanda Bhajan in the Golden Jubilee Hall in Lalbagh, Bangalore, in his discourse after the Akanda Bhajan, he said that this family, Sri Sheshagiri Rao's family and Sundaramma's family, and by that time my father was also taking a very active role. His name is Dr. R.S. Padmanabhan. All these people have continuously done 25 years of this Akanda Bhajan. They have lit the lamp of bhakti through their bhajans. Now, this lamp will be lit all over the world, and from next year onwards, it will become a global event. And now it has become a global phenomenon. In every corner of the world, the second weekend of November is celebrated as Akhanda Bhajan or Global Akhanda Bhajan. And Swami said in his discourse that this lamp will light many lamps. This Akhanda Jyoti will light many lamps and it will become a global phenomenon. Of course, from 1945 to 1974, if you see, it is actually 28 years. But 3 Akhanda Bhajans or something, Swami did not come. So my family members did not count it as an Akhanda Bhajan. If Swami was not there, they did the bhajan, but they did not count it. So they always say we did it for 25 years, even though they did it for the other years as well. For some reason or the other, Swami did not come for a couple of those Akhanda Bhajans. So for 25 years, it went on as an Akhanda Bhajan, which I have inherited from my elders, and I am deeply, deeply grateful for those elders, my granduncle, my own grandfather, my father, my aunts, her children, everyone, to have given us this legacy of this Akhanda Bhajan, which even to this day, they saw him in 1944. Now it is 2024. For 80 years, somehow with his grace, our family has continued to stay at Swami's lotus feet, and the Akhanda Bhajan has become a global phenomenon, and it has been one of the most wonderful experiences of my life, because in these Akhanda Bhajans, I not only grew up listening to many miracles that happened there, but I myself saw many miracles that happened when I was born and I grew up. Because in the later years, Swami used to come and stay in our house when he came from Prashanti Nilayam in the 60s and the 70s till the last Akhanda Bhajan. Several Akhanda Bhajan Swami stayed in my own parents' home. So I have myself seen many miracles. My aunts and my cousins have told us of many miracles. And of course, the first Akhanda Bhajan in itself was a big miracle, which if we have time, I can narrate.
Auntie Geetha, the stories you have just shared are truly inspiring. Can you tell us a bit more about the first Akhanda Bhajan and share some leelas or special stories from that time?
Sure. Sairam. Yes, so, the first Akhanda Bhajan, 1946, after 1 year in 1945 of family rotation bhajans, 1946, and I told you, when these people went to invite Swami, they said, Swami, you don't need to come. You just give us your blessings. And Swami said, I have come and taken this avatar for the sake of devotees, for bhakti and bhajan, and you are telling me. And so Swami had come for the first Akhanda Bhajan, and in this place that Srimati Ankama gave them, in a place in Magadi Road, the bhajan was set up. And the way these people had planned was that we will just have very minimal like fasting Thursday through Friday, And after the Mangala Harati on Friday, we will all partake of some prasadam, which we will make sweet pongal. So, in those days, I told you, it was still under British rule, and they would get, the rice and other things. So, what each family decided, that each family will contribute some rice or whatever was required to prepare for the prasadam, and also for other things. Not only that, they decided that the Akhanda Jyoti, they are going to light the lamp, which Swami was going to light the lamp. It was called Akhanda Jyoti, which was going to burn for 24 hours. That Akhanda Jyoti, they have to make the wicks. And that Srimati Jayadevi, I told you, whose idea it was originally, she said, I will make the wicks. And 365 strands were made with great love and reverence by her. So, which each strand represented one day of the year. So, they made 365 strands, and they all decided that we should light the lamp, and the lamp should burn with ghee, not the usual oil and other thing. Ghee is auspicious. So they all decided, that they would contribute ghee, somebody would bring rice, somebody would make the wicks. So it was a fantastic teamwork. Actually, when I was growing up and I saw all my relatives, every family may have different ways of doing things, but when it came to Swami, my example and role model of my elders, they all worked beautifully together as a team. Whoever had whatever skill, they offered it to Swami. So anyway, the wick was made by Jaidevi auntie, and everything was gathered together. They all went to that Magadi road. In those days, I think they went by horse cart or something like that, because as I said earlier, they didn't have vehicles. Nobody owned a car. Nobody had telephones, nothing. They went and they set up, and Venkatappa, he came and did all the decorations, and sure enough, Swami arrived on the Wednesday of the function and everything. But then, to their trepidation, suddenly more and more people started to come. On Wednesday itself, many people, Thursday itself, people started to gather near this choultry or this community hall. And they said, where are these people coming from? Why are they all coming? What are we going to do? And Sundarama auntie went to Swami, and she was a great devotee, actually, my father's first cousin. And she went to Swami and said, Swami, you must take care of our name, our good name. So many people are coming. We have not contributed so much of material. We thought it was going to be a family function of 7 or 8 families doing together. So many people are coming. How are we going to do this function, Swami? The pongal has to be prepared. We have to do. How are we going to do and take care of all these people who have come with families, children, however? And she said, Swami, I will go into the city, because Magadi Road was quite far away from where they lived, where this community hall. I will go into the city and make some arrangements to bring some rice and other things to cook for all these people. We don't have enough ingredients. And Swami smilingly, he told her, Sundaramma, why are you so worried? When you have the very Kalpa Vriksha standing in front of you, Kalpa Vriksha is wish-fulfilling tree. When I am here, your Kalpa Vriksha, standing in front of you, why are you worried and you want to go to the city and all those things? You just go and you do the bhajan. You only have one work. You bring the empty sack to me. My job is to fill it up. You bring the empty sack to me. In those days, rice used to come in sacks. You bring your empty sack to me, and I will fill it up for you. I will fill up that MC. Sanchi tiskora, khali sanchi tiskora, dani nimpe pani nadi, Swami told. I will fill it up for you. You need not go in search of shops and stores. You go and do bhajan. She was an amazing singer. She could play double harmonium. She herself has composed many, many songs on Swami, which now in later years people are singing even in Prashanti Nilayam. Beautiful songs. On every Mahima that she saw, she has composed a song. In those days, as you know, the Swami's first 30-40 years was filled with mahimas and leelas, and she has composed many songs. So Swami told her, you don't worry. So with complete faith in Swami, they went and they started the Thursday bhajan. They asked, where are you people coming from? This is a private bhajan. How did you all come to know? Where are you all coming from? When she asked and other people asked, because this is a private function, suddenly unknown people started to come from Mysore, from Tamil Nadu, from Chennai. They said, no, Swami came in our dream. And he said, there is a very beautiful bhajan going on in Bangalore. What are you people doing here? Go there for the bhajan, go. He came and told us in the dream. So many people Swami had told in the dream, and they all with full faith arrived here in Magadi Road at this Choultry. And the bhajan started, went on beautifully with Swami being present continuously for 24 hours, and then at 8 a.m. sharp they finished the next day with an abhishekam and everything, and harati to Swami. Now one lady, my mother's aunt and a relative of all of ours, called Sakana, her name was Savitramma, but we used to call her Sakana. Atta means auntie. She saw they had all prepared the pongal, but there is a big crowd of people, and they looked at the pongal and they thought, what are we going to do? This may not be enough. How will we look? Our reputation will go down the tubes. They will say, we came to the bhajan, they could not even give us proper prasadam. We have come with families. So Sakanata and Sundarama auntie, they went to Swami and called Swami. Swami, you have to come to the kitchen. You have to take care of our reputation. You are our Bhagavan. This is all the pongal that we have made. So many people you have invited in their dream. How are we going to feed all these people? And Swami said, oh, you people pitchy, you people are all worried and thinking however many times, come, I will come. And he looked at that dish of pongal, materialized some akshata, that is the yellow rice which we use for blessing. He put it in the pongal and said akshayam, akshayam, akshayam 3 times. That means let it increase, infinite increase. Akshayam means not just increase for the number of people there, infinitely. Akshayam, akshayam, akshayam. He said, blessed it, and he said, you people feed, don't worry. You see the faith of these people also. It was the same dish, it was the same amount, but they said, Swami has blessed, nothing will happen. He will take care of us. He is Bhakta Vatsala. He is our Lord. So they had so much faith in Swami's divinity, and they started to distribute the prasadam. And I grew up listening. My mother used to say, she was a newly married young girl, bride, and they left the young people to distribute the prasadam. And Swami finished the Akhanda Bhajan and went home also. But even as the time went by, these young people kept on feeding. The surrounding village people said, oh, there is some great celebration going on. I believe they are doing feeding there. Let us go. So many people started to come all through the day. They kept on feeding the pongal to many, many people, and it was not ending at all. And my mother used to tell me when I was a child that it was such a akshayam, just like Sri Krishna helped Draupadi. This akshayam Swami helped Sundarama auntie and all of us, that even though we fed hundreds of people who came, it never ended. Finally, they had to go and tell Swami, Swami, whole day we have been distributing. The prasadam is not ending. People are still coming. What should we do? And Swami, I believe, smilingly said that if I give also, you people say this. If I don't give also, you pray to me. Anyway, don't worry, you finish up and come. So like that, whole day, any number of people who came were fed with this one dish of pongal that they had prepared. And Swami blessed it. That is the divinity of Swami and the faith and the bhakti of those older devotees, that first Akhanda Bhajan happened with this great miracle, in which not only did Swami himself persuade them and said, I want to come. That is why Swami is known as Bhajana Priya, Gana Priya, because when we all sing bhajans with love, we can be assured that Swami will be present. When we sing with bhakti, definitely Swami will be present there. So with that faith, when we sing, we will experience many things ourselves. So that was the first bhajan, Akhanda Bhajan, with this great miracle. After that, it became a yearly feature. Not only that, every Thursday, they continue to do their home bhajans, as we called. Even after I was born in the mid-50s, the bhajans continued. By that time, 2-3 more families, including my parents, had joined this group to do the rotational bhajan, and many by rotation we used to do. And as the years went by, I also have very, very fond memories. And in fact, one of the things that I have been very fascinated, though I was not present, that the third Akanda Bhajan, this was in 1945, so in 1948, Akanda Bhajan, this was right after the Indian independence, Swami told Sundarama auntie that, Sundarama, do you think you can do 24 hours of only Sai Hare Baba Hare? That's all. No other bhajans. No Rama bhajans, Krishna bhajans, Shiva bhajans, nothing. Can you sing for 24 hours just Sai Namasmarana? So these were all young people, great devotees. They said, Swami, with your grace, we can do anything. If you show us grace, we will do it. We will do it. So these 7 or 8 families who are all excellent singers, they got together and they made about 100 or in 120 ragas. Only Sai Baba Hare, Sathya Sai Baba Hare, Sai, like that. They sang. I am not a very good singer, so I don't want to try. But like that, in 108 or 110, I don't know, they created only Sai Hare, Sathya Sai Hare, Baba Hare, Sai Baba Hare. Only 2 lines. But in 108 ragas, the third Akanda Bhajan for 24 hours was only Sai Baba Namasmarana. No other. And even to this day, when we do our family bhajans, we start the bhajan with Sai Hare, Baba Hare. In fact, the later Akanda Bhajans also, as soon as the Om was done, the first 5 bhajans were these Sai Hare, Baba Hare bhajans we would start, and then the rest of the bhajans would continue. That is how I remember the Akanda Bhajans. We used to sing 5 or 6 bhajans of different tunes of Sai Hare. So Swami gave them the anugraha, the grace to compose Sai Hare, Baba Hare in so many ragas. And we used to sing that as children. And one Akanda Bhajan was like that. That was one Akanda Bhajan. So that is this one which I find amazing. That just those 2 lines. See, nowadays we sing so many lines, so many songs, this speed, that speed. But just with simple name, Sathya Sai Hare, Sai Baba Hare, they were able to fill 24 hours. So that fascinates me somehow. But it was before my time. In fact, my aunt used to say, Sundarama auntie, even when we were young, don't sing for the mic, sing for him. Don't sing for the mic, sing to him. So she was a great devotee. Wherever she was, Swami used to come to her. So I learned from all my elders that when we sing with one pointed bhakti and we put all our energy and thought into his namasmarana, he will respond. That is one of my greatest experiences of one of the Akanda Bhajans that I have experienced. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you for patiently listening to the history of this Akhanda Bhajan, which is now the global Akhanda Bhajan. I mainly want to thank Swami first and foremost for being a part of our family life for so many years, 80 years of unbroken presence. I want to thank Swami for blessing us with that great good fortune. I also want to thank all our elders, whether it is Sri Sheshagiri Rao or Sundarama auntie or Lalitu auntie, anyone. I want to thank all my elders who trained us youngsters how to be focused on Swami. And I thank all the organizers of the Global Council for giving me this opportunity to go down memory lane of my life. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.